What you are about to experience is out of this world. Politics, history, and of course, a lot of entertainment. It's time to rock it with the Docket.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kyle Dockery with the Dockery Docket. We are here with another fantastic episode of the Dockery Docket. I'm excited to be here, and I hope that you are excited to be here as well. And if you are excited to be here as well, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so then you never miss one of my videos. So, if these different cities keep on getting worse and crime continues to skyrocket, we could see big cities hopefully flip and vote for the Republican Party, as these liberal laws from New York are the reason why the city has fallen apart. And the only people that we can blame are the people that continue to vote Democratic. They will go on social media and cry and complain about how terrible crime is, and that they can't even go outside because they are scared of getting mugged, but then they will continue to vote for the Democrats anyway. This was best illustrated by a recent New York attack, where a man is literally running up to random women and just punching them in the face, just randomly punching people in the face. This has been happening to a multitude of women in New York City, as one woman named Dulce Picardo was punched and was left with a broken jaw and several missing teeth. Luckily, however, the police were able to catch up with the assailant and arrest him. Thank goodness. Justice was finally served. And after the police caught him, he was sent to court, slapped with a third-degree assault, attempted assault, and harassment, which are all non-bail eligible offenses, so he was let go. That's right, a man that was punching women in the face was released. Now, I said women plural because he has done this before, as this man had prior arrests for punching two other random people, including a law enforcement officer and a security guard, but he was released from that too. My question is simple. How long are the people of New York going to take this? When will they realize that people deserve to be locked up, not released every 2 seconds? This situation was getting so bad that the Women's Caucus, that is in New York City Council, released a statement that said, "The Women's Caucus is deeply disturbed and concerned about widespread reports of attacks against women in New York City that have been confirmed by the New York Police Department. The Women's Caucus calls on the New York Police Department for an immediate and comprehensive investigation into these incidents with transparent updates to the public. We are encouraging New Yorkers with similar experiences to notify the New York Police Department to conduct a thorough investigation. Amid an alarming trend in violence against women, this kind of violence is reprehensible." I agree, it is 100% reprehensible and shouldn't be happening, but the only way that this can change is if people wake up and start voting for people that are tougher on crime. Now, there was a good question from Councilwoman Amanda Farias, who asked, "Where are all the men calling this out?" Well, a long time ago, there was a man on the subway that was threatening to kill people, as the man was claiming things like he wants to kill people and he doesn't care what happens to him. So one of the bystanders named Daniel Penny decided to step in and take action, as he subdued the man and put him in a headlock until the police showed up, where he released the man and put him in the recovery position, thinking that he was going to be fine. However, the man named Jordan Neely tragically passed away. Instead of being praised for his heroic actions of stopping this man before he hurt someone, he was arrested and was charged with murder, as the media played the race game, claiming that Daniel Penny did this because Jordan Neely was black, and that Jordan Neely was innocent and he was just a Michael Jackson impersonator. People in the media never listened to the witnesses on the train that said they feared for their lives. And now this situation could lead to a man that was trying to do the right thing to be thrown in jail for life. This is why no one is stepping up and helping these women. People don't want to be involved or be accused of racism. Back in the day, if a man were to hit a woman, all the men around them would try to protect that woman or call 911 for help. All that people do today is either whip out their phone to record it, or they just keep their head down and keep on walking or focus on their phone, and they act like nothing is happening. It is because of the liberal laws in New York. As if a woman, for example, was to carry a gun and shoot one of these would-be punchers, I bet that she would be arrested. This is not how it should be. I wish there were more stories of women defending themselves against would-be attackers, because I want the attackers to be scared to even think about punching a woman or anyone else. And it also seems like in New York, they hate it when you try to defend yourself no matter what. As there is now a squatting issue that is going on in New York, as New York now has squatters' rights laws, which means that if someone is living in your home or your property for 30 days, the rightful owner can't just kick them out. Instead, first they have to go through the city's eviction laws and enter a process that can take up to 2 years to get these people off their land or in your home. Now, before this process goes through, the rightful owners of the property can't do anything to the house. They can't change the locks or remove the squatter's belongings, and if someone claims to be a tenant, they can't be arrested for trespassing, which is just absolutely stupid. A woman in Queens, New York, who we will call Adele, inherited her family's home in Flushing, Queens, after her parents passed away. As she was preparing to sell the property, squatters took over, installing a new front door and changing the locks, effectively locking her out of her childhood home. So she was being interviewed by the news when an unidentified woman showed up and unlocked the door, which led this Adele and her daughter to enter the home, where there were 2 men that were squatting in her home. These men then called the police on this woman. The police arrived and interviewed the men, who could not provide documentation to show that they owned the house, but somehow they were able to tell the police officers that they had been there for 30 days or more. One man was taken away in handcuffs and the other was escorted off the property. However, the police weren't done yet, as the police officer warned the homeowner not to change the locks. As a homeowner said, "I may end up in handcuffs today if a man shows up here and says I have illegally evicted him." The homeowner didn't care what the police officer said, and she defended herself and changed the locks anyway, where later the police came to the house, kicked down the door, and arrested the homeowner. The person that actually had the deed to the house was the one that was going to jail, while the other men were more than likely released and moved right back into the home. You can see that these laws in New York are causing a lot of problems in the city, and the time to choose is now. We can only make this city great again if we enact laws that protect people. We need to arrest people that do violent crime, not release them into the public again. We need to make sure that people are able to defend themselves from would-be attackers and people that want to take their homes. And a way that we can do this is to wake up and maybe vote for a different party. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dockery Docket. And until next time, like my mom always says, be good, be kind, be loving, goodbye.